Lovely Thor's Day with, gosh, that Aries energy still moving around and dancing around from the full moon. And she still has this amazing illumination going on. I got up very early this morning to take a walk, and she was so bright and powerful. And around her, her field of light was this beautiful pink luminescent halo, if you will. But it was her light extending from her, this beautiful pink light shining. Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. And she was so lovely, so graceful, and, you know, gentle, yet had this power behind her, right? That power that we feel sometimes right at the base of the skull, right at the neck there, that power that comes in. And she had this power to her, this wonderful power of, I am being, and that's all I need to do is be and shine. And so that's what I feel guided that, and to talk about your dream space that's been occurring lately. So I don't know how many of you have felt like sleep has been kind of this elusive moment, or has been very deep and restful. But, sleep sometimes can be different for how you're feeling at the time, for how everybody's feeling, each individual. If your body and your energy needs that deep respite, that deep recharge and rejuvenation, then you will sleep very deeply. And you may not even remember your dreams as well because of the deep state that you're in. That doesn't mean that you haven't had them. Of course, you've had them, and you have moved through space and time exactly in the way and manner that you need to in order to bring back that information or energetic encoding that you need. Okay, so some people I've been hearing have been telling me that they've had this kind of up and down sleep. They'll wake up and then go back to sleep and wake up as they turn over, and their awareness is shifting all over the place, and they kind of feel that they're awake most of the night. And so some of this that's happening is, one, to be aware of what your dreams are telling you, so you don't wake up fuzzy and forget, which we can help that. Our guides can help us with that. Our highest self can help us with that, remembering our dream time, our dream space. And sometimes it's because the amount of light that you're receiving while you're sleeping, while your conscious mind is out of the way, the amount of light and attunement that you're receiving from all of the fields and all of the stellar energy coming in, and the shifting that's going on with the earth and within your internal physical body, as well as your energetic bodies, with everything that's tuning, kind of like a harp or like a musical instrument. Everything's being tuned as you're sleeping. And so as this is happening, sometimes it can be kind of an energetic bolting, or this wattage of energy that kind of makes you feel like, I'm awake, I don't know why, and now I'm going back to sleep. So we have this kind of up and down right now, some of these patterns. And just to honor that, just to know that it's okay. And the less you can let it go, the less you can relax and not stress about it, the easier it is for your body to receive that energy, to attune, to reconfigure while you're sleeping, and for your dreams to continue to integrate within. And of course, your body to relax, and you receive what you need in the sleep time, and you're sleeping. Because we do heal as we sleep. And among other things, travel, receive the messages that we need. And, I'm going to pause here for a moment because I'm going to make a few announcements while I'm talking about dreams. But, if you if you're interested, I have a CDI course, Certified Dream Interpreter course, that you can take, and it's extensive. It's from, you know, beginners to those people who have been working with their dreams for a long time. But I'm also going to offer a Dreams 101, just for those of you who are new to, you know, going back to the basics of dreaming and going back to the basics of dreams. And you can ask me questions. It's a live Zoom event, and it will be offered the first week of November. You can find that on my website, melissavirtue.com. It'll be up soon. You can subscribe to my newsletter as well, and you can keep up to date with all of that. I'm also offering a workshop. It's going to be the Sacred Movement Circle. It's a live event, the first one I will be offering, and I will be offering it, I believe it's October 28th. So again, you can find that on my website. You can find that in the newsletter and my Facebook page. There we go. November 5th, I will be, me and Alice Heath will be offering, facilitating a Samhain live event. And you can learn more about that soon. We'll be announcing that soon. So I'm really excited about those events. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, please do so you can stay up to date with everything. But let's get back to dreaming. So dream time. If you've noticed the last couple of weeks, your dreams will have a theme to them because, you know, we've been building towards this full moon. And everyone that I've spoken with has had this theme happening for them, and it's a different theme depending on what you're going through personally, but it's one of deep healing and clearing. It's one of bringing in that which you really need, so releasing all of the old stuff, you know, to bring in those things that you're like, finally I'm moving towards this. I'm allowing myself to bring it in. And you know, I love Joseph Campbell. I learned of him when I was at university, and one of my mentors used to quote him all the time. And you know, something that I saw that he said was, you have to crack the eggs to make the omelet. And I saw that the other day, and I was thinking, you have to crack the eggs to make the omelet. So those things that you're going, oh my gosh, I really don't want to tip the boat. I don't want to crack that. I don't want to break that down. But you know, it's about destruction in a powerful, positive way in order to rebuild, or cracking the eggs in order to create the life that's waiting for you, in order to bring that in that's waiting for you. And, you know, he went on to say this big quote. He went on to say, you know, that the life that perhaps you planned isn't the life that's waiting for you, because it's better. It's your bliss. And he was all about bliss and finding your bliss. You know, he was an anthropologist, and he wrote Hero with 1,000 Faces and a lot of other things, a lot of other books. But, you know, just thinking about this whole needing to crack it, needing to break it down, needing to burn it down. And, you know, I think that Aries moon was burning down, and is still, that energy is still there, and it's a quiet burn, it's a quiet release, it's a quiet, but it's illuminating a lot. If you pay attention and you notice, it's illuminating a lot within yourself and quietly within the world at large, okay? But notice what's been coming up for you. I feel like the common theme for many people is the cracking of those eggs, the complete destruction of what you thought or what you planned. And that's not to say that what you want isn't coming. That's to say, so it can come in, so you can allow it in, because sometimes best laid plans. And when we talk about best laid plans, you know, we have one thing in our mind, and that doesn't mean we can't manifest. But sometimes we put it in a box, and we put it in this really small, limited view. And when we get into a limited tunnel vision or view, it blocks out all the other light, all the other joy, all the other opportunities we didn't even think of, all of those beautiful, even better than what we were hoping for coming in, right? And this is bliss, our bliss, what we're here for, what our soul longs for, what we truly, truly in our heart desires, because sometimes we're not completely aware of what that is until that aha moment, or that moment that we experience something that might be a little painful, and then we say, wait a minute, I realize that's not exactly what I wanted, or that's not it. And then we can uncover and get to the truth. So cracking those eggs, seeing what's held inside, allowing yourself to create feast with that, create nourishment with that, create, and I don't eat eggs, so it's hard. Actually, it's a little challenging for me to talk about that, which is on point, really, because my guides are saying it can be challenging for all of us to crack those eggs or to destroy something, to let it just crumble and let it fall away, to bring in what our bliss is, what we truly desire. And sometimes in the destruction of something, we look at it and we say, oh, wow, I actually don't feel so sad about that like I thought I would, So our dreams illuminating us at night, illuminating our visions, illuminating our desires, illuminating that which needs to be healed, okay? Right now, there's a lot of masculine, feminine energy rising. And in that rising, there is like this merging. And I know I've talked about it before, but they're telling me, there's this beautiful emergence coming. And the divine masculine is recognizing the feminine. And the feminine is definitely recognizing the masculine. And this is happening within ourselves. And not only individually is it happening, but it's happening in the world. It's happening with people seeing each other in such a different way and recognizing the sacred relationships that divine masculine and feminine bring. And so having sacred relationship with family members, friends, and lovers, and with ourselves, right, is really important. And I feel like this is a fairly big focus right now, because that divine feminine is rising, she's opening, she's blossoming, and this is the time that the divine masculine is coming in as well, and opening and unfurling that beautiful shield and that beautiful warrior stance with grace and love and compassion, and they're embracing each other, okay, again within us, each of us. And they're dancing that symbiotic dance of action and non-action, silence and speaking, okay, movement and stillness. And when I was in the dance company a long time ago, so there was this movement of just standing and holding this orb. And at the Graham School, they used to talk about holding a golden orb in the palm of your hand. And so what that really is holding the energy so we don't grasp it and hang on to it this way, but we gently hold it in reverence. We hold it in our heart. We hold it in reverence and sacred understanding. Even if you're thinking, well, okay, I don't even know what I'm holding. You're holding this beautiful divinity within yourself. You're holding that. And even if you want to take your hands and just feel the energy within them, feel yourself cupping and receiving the golden light of that Christ light, which I feel like is really coming in and really illuminating so many people's inner self, outer self, the world. It's this beautiful illumination. And I see it as a spiral. I see it as the caduceus. I see it in so many different forms that they're giving me, especially the infinity symbol, the Vesica Pisces, and the one with the sword, going through, uniting it. So to me, that's the Axis Mundi going through the Vesica Pisces. And so holding that orb, and Martha used to say, if you hold that orb, and my mentor Pearl, holding that orb, you know, they could tell those who cared and had that sacred caring and understanding, and those who were like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. So what is your intention? How are you going to hold that? How are you going to hold that within yourself? You know, how do you want to embrace that golden light, that golden orb within? Okay. And I feel that it's coming in to all of us, and it's holding at that solar plexus, that golden sun, that golden orb, to illuminate, connect heart and mind and voice, speaking up and out. So sometimes in some of the dances we would do, we would hold a position and hold it for a count of 30, maybe someone would, while dancers were, you know, dancing around, swirling, twirling. And it reminded me of this energy, all of this energy swirling and twirling and zipping through, and you can be the calm and all of that and hold that space. And you're not standing still. And this is something that, you know, in dance we were taught, you're not standing still, you're vibrating like a hummingbird. The vibration continues outward, and you're holding that space, that vibration, that sacred light. Okay, so you're emanating the light from within to the rest of the world. So again, thinking about that light that's entering, thinking about the light you hold within and that you're building and opening and sending out to the world, nourishing yourself first so you can fill your cup, and then sending it out is really important. So if you feel like you're standing still, and your dreams are showing you this, standing still, you're not. So in that symbiotic dance with masculine and feminine, if it's time for inaction and stillness and quietude, you're vibrating, and you're holding that sacred space and that energy, and you're sending that compassion, that love, your heart expansion out, and the energy and the light that you're bringing in, grounding it into Mother Earth and sending it out, right? So it's a very sacred place to be. And then when it's action time, well, you gather that energy and you go. You go like an arrow, or a ram, or a panther, or a fae, however you choose to do it, or a beautiful angelic being, right? So speaking of the angelic beings, wow, they're such a high vibration right now, so high. You have to really tune yourself in, and that takes the inhale and the exhale. And anytime you might feel blocked up in your throat, so you can listen, you know, inhaling and exhaling, you want to do the heart exhale. So it's the heart connection, and it's making the sound of the exhale. So inhaling, and then whatever sound that might be. Maybe it'll sound completely different every time you do it. But it's really connecting that and releasing. It's connecting to your heart center, and it clears that out. It connects us to our heart center, allows us to just listen and feel the higher vibrations, the higher fields of light. Feel them around us. They're very light, like the high strings on a harp. And when we listen, when we feel within, maybe we're vibrating to it, and we begin vibrating to that higher vibration, we're able to hear the seraphim, right, coming in. So right now, your dreams, pay attention tonight as well, and I hope that you're all journaling them down, very important. But this astral traveling, so the astral realm is a field of space and time that we can move into. It's a different plane of space and time that we can move into, and people talk about the astral body, but that is behind the veil, where we can gather information. There's a higher astral realm and a lower astral realm, as some of you have heard me talk about before. But in the higher astral realms, where we connect with our guides, the star beings, that love and light connection of the celestial realm that comes in to speak with us, share with us, our highest selves, you know, our soul. And so there's vital information coming in right now. So I feel it's very important for you to have an evening routine and a morning routine. And that could be something really simple of saying a mantra as you wake up in the morning, a prayer, doing a movement, and the same thing in the evening, okay? But being out underneath the moon as well as the sun and the space of the stars, that stellar energy. Also, what is coming in is that the beautiful, again, I see a lot of gritting going on right now. Gritting. That flower of life, as I mentioned, the Vesica Pisces with the Axis Mundi running right through it. The connection of the divine masculine and feminine, the caduceus, and that infinity symbol. There are a lot of other, like Metatron's cube, but if you close your eyes and ask to see the gritting of the earth, you will see that. You will see, you will sense it, you will feel it, and you can be that pillar of light, right? Receiving it in for yourself and down into the ground and out. Grounding into Pachamama, right? And out into her grids, into her light grids. And I feel that a lot of people are now receiving that, whether you're aware of it consciously or subconsciously, those sacred geometrical shapes coming in for you, the light languages coming in, symbols, perhaps vocally, perhaps in movement. And soon I'll be posting up some movement here because it's coming through. And it's definitely the light within and the prayer without. It's bringing the in and out and the reciprocity in and out for this circle, and that divine masculine feminine connection. So if you have any questions about your dreams or what's going on, let me know. You can find me at awakening@melissavirtue.com. But I will be offering that Basic Dreams 101. And so working with those guides that you feel coming to you, whether it be Lu, because Lu has come to some of us, Isis, Hathor, Yeshua, the Christ light, the Magdalens, the Marys, Kuan Yin, Merlin, the Seraphim, whoever's coming in, your teams of light, you're right there. You're right there on the cusp of that opening to something new, and you know it. You can feel it. A lot of new has been coming in. A lot of that old, breaking the egg, cracking it, allowing things to be destroyed happily. Sometimes like, oh gosh, wow, now what? But allowing that is allowing your bliss to come in, allowing that heart to expand even more. Khalil Gibran said, the deeper we can carve out, the more we can fill, the more we can expand. So I feel like the more compassion we can open to, the more we expand, the more that we embrace the world, not only ourselves. That's so important, to embrace ourselves and our beauty, our love, our light, but seeing everybody in this way, especially ourselves. I know a lot of self-love has been coming up for people too. And in saying that, here's the last card. So the Waning Moon, the introspection of self, the self-inventory. You know what needs to fall away. You know what is time to let go of. You know what needs to be released, broken apart, for that new journey to begin, that bliss to arrive, and to continue along your path of illumination. So you can find me at awakening@melissavirtue.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, if you would like to click subscribe, that would be great. And then you can be kept up to date when I pop on here, and any new videos I send, like the light dancing that I'll be posting up very soon. And if you're interested in any of those courses, have any questions, you can email me. But I'm really excited to be sharing those soon. And here we go with dreams, right? Any dream questions you might have. So I will see you again. You can find me Instagram Live. Let's see, that's Mondays, Awakening Mondays, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm here at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For now, many blessings. Have a wonderful, beautiful weekend.